Hi, welcome to this video where we are going to get into our hips. And today I'm going to go into one of my favorite postures to do in my classes. It is going to be lizard pose. So this really gets into the hips. It's a nice stretch, but there's also a ton of different options and ways that you can come into this posture. So I'm going to walk through those today. So the next time you're doing lizard in a class, you have a variety of ways to do this posture so it feels good in your body. So first, we'll talk about getting into lizard pose. So the easiest way is from all fours, and you can simply just step your foot outside of your hand. So you want both hands on the inside of the foot. So the foot is right along the edge of the mat. Alternatively, you might come into this from downward facing dog. So in down dog, you would lift your leg on your inhale, and then as you exhale, you're stepping the foot again to the outside. So you can see here, both hands are on the inside of the foot, and then you'll lower your back knee and untuck the back toe. So this is really the base of lizard. You can absolutely stay here if this feels really good in your body. I love using my blocks in lizard pose as well, because this is really where you can explore what feels good. So oftentimes if I'm wanting to get more into my hip flexor, what's been feeling really good for me lately is actually to come up onto my blocks as high as they go and then really pushing back. So I'm making sure that I'm not feeling any pinching in my low back. That would be a sign to come out of this. But as long as your low back is feeling nice and open, you can continue to press back and drop the hips forward, coming into more of a hip flexor stretch here. And then you would just stay there and breathe. Another option that a lot of people like to take is actually coming down instead of up. So the blocks are also great here. And you can come onto the blocks on your elbows, or you may even want to bring your elbows all the way down to the mat. Again, it's really depending on how open your hips are feeling. Now, of course, in this video, we're just going straight into our lizard pose, but typically you would want to do this near the end of your practice, or if you're doing it and you haven't warmed up, you want to be really gentle, making sure you're not pulling any muscles, trying to get too deep into the posture if you're not warmed up and ready. So we have the option to come down onto elbows. We have options to push ourselves up. What we can also do to open up the hip is to come to the outside blade of the front foot, keeping the front foot flexed. And then we can push into the thigh to really open the hip out to the side. So sometimes this is also a great way to, sink a little bit deeper. And then again, on the outside blade of the foot, we can come down onto our elbows. We can push up. Sometimes it's even nice to rest on one elbow and then press the leg with the hand on the other side. So we'll come out of lizard on this side. Again, you can tuck the back toes, lift the knees, and step back to your downward facing dog. Or again, you can always just come back onto all fours. I'll show you one more option here in lizard. So I'm going to come with my right leg forward this time. And then again, our back knee is dropped, but you also have an option to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee here. And then you can even play with rocking back and forth to really feel into the hips. Sometimes being back feels better, sometimes being forward. And then you can begin to drop down towards the elbows, again, using the blocks as needed. So with the back leg lifted, and you really want to feel like the back leg is engaged. So really like there's a string attached to the back of the thigh and you're lifting it up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you can also begin to tuck your right elbow under the leg and use that to help bring you a little bit closer to the earth. And again, this is really setting yourself up to come into arm balances, which I won't be doing in this video, but this is a nice kind of preparation step just to open up the hips a little bit further. We'll come back to all fours, and there you have it. That is lizard pose and a lot of different options that you can take in lizard. So hopefully you can use this in any yoga class when an instructor brings you into this posture. Even if they might not be giving all of these options, you know that you can safely go into them and also practice on your own with that. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Bye.